With Problem Solvers out with some tips on how to check in on the senior citizens in your life. COVID-19, of course, preventing a lot of us from being able to check in on them in person.
Well, now that things are reopening, you can see if they're doing okay or if they may need some extra help. It doesn't hurt to ask. Tom Yetzer with SYNERGY HomeCare of Denver joins us live this morning with some ideas on how you can do that, because it is, you know, Tom, it's a sensitive thing. You don't want to insult or offend anybody, but you also want to make sure those people are being cared for in your life.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. And yes, a lot of times this is a very sensitive conversation with our adult parents. And we're here at SYNERGY HomeCare. We have some tips to help families to do that probing. The term we use is benevolent probing, to be able to collect that needed information, with that information to start to take action before there's a family crisis.
Well, Tom, walk us through the steps. How do you navigate those conversations?
How do you ask the right questions?
Right, exactly.
A lot of our recommendation is actually to do observation. So as you are spending time with your parents, your elderly parents, our recommendation is that we just step back and observe how they're living their daily lives. So an example of that is we're together with them. It's easy for us to observe their cleanliness. It's easy for us to observe their home. Those are clues on how well they're doing. As we start to move into memory care, we can have a conversation. Are they repeating themselves? If we ask them simple questions on current events, if they're dodging it, we start to see some clues that they may be starting some early stages of dementia. The other parts that are important as we're meeting with our loved ones is isolation, and especially on the heels of COVID. We're hoping that they're getting back to some of those activities that they used to do, those things they enjoyed with family and friends. And we need to confirm that they're doing that. Certainly that isolation leads to a lot of depression, and we need to encourage them to return back to their normal lives.
Well, Tom, of course, you want to encourage their independence, but at what point should you step in and help with the decision making?
I would say the earlier the better. So be involved with your parents early. We always say the planning starts now, to start to have that conversation, to understand now, what would be their wishes as they age. Do they want to age in place? That many of our seniors would prefer to age in place. And what does that look like as they need more help? The worst thing we could do is ignore those signs, do nothing, and it escalates into a family crisis.
Wow.
Well, and there are levels of care too, right? I think a lot of people think it's very black and white, right? You either have them at home or you have them go into an assisted living facility. But, there are different levels in terms of maybe somebody visits 1 day a week or 2 days a week or 3 days a week, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things that we do at SYNERGY HomeCare. We're going to build a plan for your needs today, and that plan can change as the needs change. And I think a lot of families don't realize a level of support that is available in the home from companies like SYNERGY HomeCare. And the services are a wide range. Services we provide for activities of daily living, but there is also skilled services that can come in if needed. And the important thing is that families need to have that conversation and choose what is best.
Tom, such an important topic. I have so many more questions, but we're running out of time. Where can people go to get more information, to educate themselves as they're having these conversations?
We are happy. We are available. Our phone number is 877-432-2692, or you can find us on the web at SYNERGYHomeCare.com.
All right. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. Definitely, a conversation that a lot of folks are dealing with right now in their lives, and certainly helpful.